So today we are going to talk about the literature review. Probably the most important part of your dissertation is the literature. So if you have a good literature, it will help you have a relevant research question. It will help you to have a good theoretical framework, and it will even guide your methodology. So it's the heart of your dissertation. So if you have a not so good literature review, the rest of the things will not really be good. Okay, so it's important to understand. And I want to start by just letting you know that one of the reasons research is the research is because of the literature review. Otherwise, you can just write something, write something, write a report, write an observation. But for it to be a research, you must do a literature review, and you must make sure you are responding to a research gap, so that the literature, the body of knowledge, can be further. You can contribute something to it. Okay, that's the importance of the literature review. So I have some slides. I will go through the slides. Stop me at any time when you don't get something. So I think we finished by 7. Is all of you okay with 7 p.m? Good. Okay, so let's go. So I am going to use this resource. It's an article that you can find on Google Scholar. So I found it very simple and understandable and very rich. So I can share it with you later. Okay? So I'm recording. It's okay, you can say if you want to say something. Yes, I'm recording. Thank you. So the literature review, okay, I'm not sure if this is maybe the right definition, but I just put it here for you to have an idea. A literature review is where you identify the theories and the previous research which have influenced your choice of research topic and the methodologies you are choosing to adopt. You see, there are 2 things: theories and previous research. So not all the previous research done are like theories. So a theory is another high level of organizing the findings of different research. So basically, if you see theories, it's fine. If you don't have theories, but you can still have other findings of previous research. By the way, you don't have to copy everything. I will share the slides to you, so don't worry. Okay, and this literature review will influence your choice, the topic, but also it will reflect the methodology. That's why I told you it's like the heart of everything. The purpose is it forces information as possible pertaining to the topic chosen. So it gives you a lot of information on the topic you have chosen. So the first way to get to know a lot of information on your topic is going to the literature. It demonstrates to readers that the author has a firm understanding of the topic. So the literature, if your literature is good, it shows you that you really understand your topic. Yes, okay? It shares with the reader the result of other studies that are closely related to the study being reported. You see? So it helps you to get the findings, the results of other studies, which are similar to some degree of your topic. It relates a study to the larger ongoing dialogue in the literature about a topic, filling in gaps and extending prior studies. So the literature review helps you to see the findings of other research, previous research, and you can see the gaps of knowledge that are missing so that you can contribute. And then you extend further the literature. That's what scholars do. So they always add on the body of knowledge. This is the primary purpose, at least in my view, of a research. So if, for example, you write a report, you are not adding any knowledge to the literature because you're just writing a report. But if you're writing a research, you should be able to say, okay, there is a gap in the knowledge. This is my contribution. Okay, I think you know that's why that's what professors do. Professors, they create knowledge, and the knowledge will be put in the textbooks, and then we have what to teach to younger generations. Okay, so in order for you guys to have what to learn, somebody have done the research and they have added something to the literature, and this is the body of knowledge that we teach. Okay, a question? Yes. No, the problem of report, you are not basing on the previous research. So when you are writing a report, normally, what do? You can just, for example, internship report, you just see, okay, this organization, this is what they do, this is what we do, this is what I learned, this is what I learned. You see, because they do not do any literature, like something like organization, they started this way, they function this way in a more academic or scientific way. So since you are not adding something to the literature, then you will not add something. But you are right. You can still maybe do a kind of report research kind of. You are reporting something, but your intention is to add knowledge to the literature. Then you have to do a literature review. Okay, so if you don't do a literature review, then you will not know the gap, and then you will not contribute to literature, and it's not a research. Okay. Okay. It provides a framework for establishing the importance of the study. This is also important, what we normally call the theoretical framework. So it helps you knowing the boundaries of the themes and the subtopics discussed in the literature. So this is also important, because if you will never know. Okay, for example, if we are learning a phenomenon called democracy, so for you to know much about democracy, you have to do a literature. And when you are doing a literature, as I will show you, you will get a lot of subtopics. If, for example, in democracy there is rule of law, that can be a subtopic of democracy, right? If there is the elections, that will be a subtopic. You see, then you have a lot of subtopics and themes, and this will create a framework on which, under which you can operate. You can say democracy is this, based on the literature review did. So then if you don't do literature review, then you will never know what is really inside of democracy. You see, that's the purpose. It helps you to have a framework you can work with. Yes, please. In the previous session, we say that we have framework, we don't have the theories. I don't know what we have. Majority of the average I don't know, maybe it's the such a very this part of the So, as I explained the last time, a theory is different from a theoretical framework. A theory is one element of the theoretical framework. So if you have one theory or two theories, but also you might have other research findings. For example, if someone have found that in democratic countries, democratic countries do not go to war among each other. That's not a whole theory of democracy. That's just one finding. So you even that one, you add it to the theoretical framework. So a theoretical framework is like the synthesis of everything, theory and other research findings. Okay? So you should not limit yourself on theories only. Also, you should not limit yourself on other things. So if there are theories, put them. If you have other findings, then you should add them. Okay? So then that's actually the topic I'm going to talk about now. What can we include in the literature review? So a well-done literature review includes all the main themes and sub-themes found within the general topic chosen for the study. I told you, democracy is our topic, for example. Then you have some sub-themes. For example, you have rule of law, human rights protection. Those are sub-themes. So a good literature review should talk about those sub-themes. Okay, themes and sub-themes under your topic. Okay, these themes and sub-themes are usually interwoven with the methodologies or findings of the pre-research. Okay, of course you don't enumerate, you don't list them. Okay, democracy, this is the themes. No. You discuss it as a flow. So you discuss them as you discuss the sub-themes, you are also discussing the methodologies used. For example, you can say Sasaki 2005, he used an in-depth analysis, qualitative research, and he found that things like that. And then there is Dr. Celestine who did the quantitative. So this is a methodology, quantitative research on between two variables, and they found that wherever there is democracy, there is human rights protection. So you discuss the sub-themes, you see, that's number one, and the themes, but also at the same time, you discuss the methodology, which were used by previous scholars to reach to those findings. So it should be basically a three element you should add. First, you add the themes and sub-themes, the methodology used, and the result or the findings of the previous research. Most of the time, we tend to forget the methodologies. So we just, we just write, okay, he found this. But it's important, and I will highlight that one, to also speak about how he found them. Maybe he did the research for 5 countries. If you say something like, this scholar, after conducting research in 5 countries of Africa, he concluded this. So this is a part of the methodology, those 5 countries, right? That means it's a comparative study. So it will actually boost his or her findings, because it is not only one case. So he or she used different case studies. So it's better to also write something about methodologies. Do you get this? Okay. So remember these three things: themes and sub-themes, methods, and the findings. And then it should be a discussion, not listing them. Discuss them. We will talk about that one more specifically. So the literature review needs to identify and discuss or explain all the main points and findings of a specific topics. Okay? Also, both classic, if they are available, and the most recent studies need to be included to demonstrate an in-depth understanding of the topic at hand. So here also, you can include classic studies. Classic means very old studies. For example, there is a researcher in 1994 who found this. Even though it's many years ago, it's better to include it. But also, don't only rely on the classic research, because the research keeps growing. Every single day, scholars keep adding on the literature. So you should also discuss the most recent. So the best framework to follow when deciding what or what to not include in the classic studies is to only include the cornerstone research of it. Okay, this is important. So basically, the most recent research are the most important one, obviously, because you want to know the most updated findings on a certain topic, you see, so that you don't repeat what others have already done. But even classic studies are important, but the only classic research you can choose are the most popular one, okay? For example, you can even go to Karl Marx many years ago, but because he established a very strong argument, you can include his argument. So only the cornerstone, this is what we call the cornerstone research. Those findings that have been so powerful, you can include them. But for the most recent research, even the smaller ones, you can include them. So do you get this idea? Let me recap. So for you to choose which findings to include, you have two categories. There are that those are findings that were found by scholars many years ago. For example, Max Weber. That's a really long time ago. But because these scholars were really brilliant and they have established some theories that are still used, still relevant, you can use them. But you don't have to use those research that are not so powerful for the classic one, for the old ones. But for the most recent one, you can choose anything. Anything that is scholarly there, just have it. Yes, Eric. Mhm. Yeah, that's what I told you. So we are coming from different schools, so we might have, but it is true. Sometimes the student is including a research of 1973, and it's not the most important one. That's what I told you. So if you go in the old age, make sure you choose something that's even very important and still relevant. Because research keeps growing. There are some findings of the 1970 which are no longer relevant because other scholars have come have shown that no, that was not the case. If that was the case, those years is no longer the case. So then in that case, obviously you don't have to include them. But if those old studies, they were so much popular up to date, and there are strong theories that are still relevant today, why not use them? In fact, it's better to start from there. I will show you how we do research. Some of the, how we do literature review. Some of the literature review, some part of the literature should show the chronology of how a certain phenomena, the understanding of certain phenomena, grew over years. So that's why for like PhD study, PhD thesis, some people they will go even up to the 1st century, even up to the Greece. And they see how democracy started in the Greece and continue, many years ago. So then if you say the old will never count, that's not right. So it depends on how strong they are. Okay, it's clear? Good. Okay, the inclusion of the most recent research is as vital, if not even more important, than the inclusion of course, the most recent ones are really important, really important. Both the entire literature review and any actual section devoted to discussing a particular theory in specific can be thought of as the theoretical core of an article. So the literature review plus theories are the theoretical framework. So the whole literature review plus the theory. Okay, obviously, maybe here the author is speaking as if theories are somehow separate from this. But for me, I include them. So if you happen to get a theory, it's part of the findings. So put it into the literature. Basically, a theoretical framework should be a summary of your whole literature. Basically, I should not see a finding, you put it into the literature, and I don't see it in a theoretical framework. Because if you do like that, then maybe I don't need it. But also, I need to clarify something. Because when you are doing a literature review, you start with the big idea and then keep narrowing up to your focus. Maybe some of the big ideas, you might not include them into your focus. But if possible, you still need them, you should put them into the theoretical framework. Well, the theoretical framework will help you to collect data and to analyze the data. So anything you will need to collect and analyze the data should be in the theoretical framework. I understand some part of the literature might not be included because it was among the big ideas and you are not focusing on them. But whatever you need should be included in the theoretical framework. Okay? I think this is clear again. So theoretical framework is the theories and other findings that we need for data collection and data analysis. Okay, so what are the sources to be included in the literature review? The most common and the most appropriate sources to draw upon and they use as evidence in a review of a topic are articles found in academic journals and books. Okay, those are the most reliable. Academic journals, article, and also books. But also, you might find other information here and there, but the most important things should be the academic journals and books. And here, when we talk about books, we're not talking about novels. We are talking about research books. Okay? Is this clear? Articles and from journals and the books are the main. But still, you might find some articles from newspaper or governmental publication that report. Some reports might be important. It depends on your topic. But you should not rely on only report or newspaper because they are not reliable information for research. Okay?